in web development, if we talk about, it's front end, wherein you cover your front end, again, React, Angular, Vue, Flutter. You have a lot of others, SSR, Next.js, all these are the booming ones, right? But there's a catch. React.js is not what you need to focus on. You need to focus on JavaScript. If you ask me, if you're looking for something sustainable, you want to say exist in front end for the longest run, right? For the next 10, 15 years, this is your career. You have to master JavaScript. There is no shortcut to it. You have to have your concepts ready. You need to know what are closures, what are your hoisting engines, your DOM, all of that. HTML, CSS, of course. Tailwind, of course. It is a fancy word. It is in the market. People are using it. It's consumed, but it is built on what? It's built on CSS, right? As long as you don't have CSS mastered, you cannot integrate full stack development, right? Of course, that's your end-to-end feature handling. That's again your Node.js, your different ways of full stack, right? You can use any kind of backend. You can use MongoDB, you can use .NET, you can use Python. So that's a very flexible area. Again, when I'm talking about full stack, if you're picking up whatever technology, you need to make sure that your basics are very solid. So that's about front end. That's back end, right? Your APIs, logic, database handling, all of that is your back end. Talk about the back end. Your back end is basically something that the user cannot see, right? So I know there's a very big clash between front end and back end developers, because front end is basically handling the face of your web app. So it becomes actually your APIs, your logic, your performance, how you're dealing with data, your how your performance is I think is the most important part in backend, right? How you're dealing with these, how are you getting your database handlers, right? How are you splitting, how are you scaling, all of that is your backend. And mostly I've seen backend developers as full stack developers, and they do not, right? That's the third vertical. That I wouldn't say it has much of coding, like your cloud and deployment. These are more pipelined way of working, right? So whatever you're making, your front end, your back end, it merges, blah blah. It is put somewhere. Where is it put? It's put on the cloud, or it's deployed on a particular website. Your domain. All of that is infrastructure. I don't know if you guys have heard of unit testing. Anybody? Or is anybody aware, or is doing all of that?
Yeah, I do know what is it. It's like testing individually.
Testing what?
Individually. Like, let's say I want to test login page. I'll test username and password. Like, individual testing is known as unit testing. Am I right?
I would say partially right. And for backend, I would say Python and FastAPI is my go-to. Your next big thing is your SSR, that's server-side rendering. Start picking up on that. I can land on this side. I am pretty sure you guys can land wherever you want to be. And projects is the only pathway to freelancing. And then once you start putting yourself out there, more or less like on LinkedIn, and there are other platforms. I don't know. I enrolled in a few platforms where you can like put a code and everything. But the networking is very important. The power of networking is, I have seen the power of networking, and it brings you brilliant opportunities and projects. So start doing this. It's fine. Build that mental strength. Okay, no, people are not going to look out at you. Nobody's going to look after for you, right? So it's fine if somebody goes to you. Just have to accept it and keep doing the work, keep putting the work, right? So yeah, start doing projects. Open source is again, I would say, a very brilliant opportunity to get in the community. If you can contribute to open source, nothing like it. I would say in the industry, people really value that. And open source, I haven't done much, so I cannot comment on it very well. But yeah, I would say get into open sourcing. It really helps. I've seen a lot of people land like big jobs and everything. And I think a friend of mine, he spotted out a bug in AWS or something, and he was even rewarded for that. So you never know who notices your work, right? So put yourself out there, be public, ask questions, build that mental muscle that, okay, fine, failure is just a part of it. Like, you will reach there. It's fine. Build that thick skin. And I know we Indians have had a history. We are already very thick skinned, so we don't care much about what people are saying. I don't care much. So put all that behind. You guys are very young. You have the time and the brains, honestly. Basically the time. I would say more than brains, it's the time, right? The world really rewards people who are consistent. So put consistent effort. Be intentional in your work. Keep doing it. Even if you solve 2 lead code problems a week, that is not much of a commitment here. It is like, it's what, 2 hours of a week. Can you not give to lead code? Can you not solve 1 HackerRank question in a week? That is the most basic and minimum commitment that you can do for your career. 1 HackerRank. Just start with 1 HackerRank problem a week, and that's more than enough. Trust me. Once you understand what HackerRank is expecting, what the frame, like what the question is expecting, you are ready to do whatever question is proposed or posed in front of you. So yeah, I think this is where you have to start from. And I think things will it's a domino effect. You will start seeing results, and I'll personally be very happy if somebody comes and tells me, this happened, because even if that's just 1% of what I told you, you took it in, you thought about it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start Figma today. It's a new skill. So yeah, start looking into these things. Join communities. I would say we just hear about these things. In India, I personally feel that I'd block my own mind. I didn't put myself out there, and that's very important. Trust me, the amount of growth you will have once you put yourself out there. But you have to get very shameless in terms of you have to be very shameless. If you want growth, you have to put yourself out there and be like, okay, I do not care what others are thinking. If they think my idea is stupid, it is stupid. I don't care. But you have to work and believe in that idea, and it will work. I'm pretty sure it will work. So keep doing that. Open sourcing is again a very good channel. It builds community. You come into the radar of community, which is a huge, right? Like a lot, not many people open source. It's a very, very niche and a very, passionate people open source. So if you think that is something you want to do, go for it. I think I'm eating up a lot of time. I'll move on to this again. Industry reality, I've already given you that. Is going to be AI assisted development. You will have to coexist. So start thinking, start picking up AI in whatever format, or start coding with AI. I think it's I'm pretty sure in the next few years people are going to ask that, how do you use ChatGPT for work? So even these are things that you need to start looking at, start answering, and at least just start thinking and noting these down. Product mindset is very, very important, especially if you're looking for something for companies like Google.
All right. So I have a question. At beginning, you mentioned about freelancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a beginner, how to start career in freelancing? Like that's my question.
So for freelancing, I would say, to be honest, freelancing is all about putting yourself out there, right? It is more of an on yourself, however best you can, and skills are your only way of selling. So start working on projects, and like real projects, not I have been through this journey. I have been a fresher. I have been in the college as well, and I know how things are. People, they're just still stuck on oops and all of that, which is fine. It is required, but in a real world, that's not how things work, right? So I would say, start working on a few projects. Collect ideas, and the best way to stand out, guys. Like, I know everybody's so creative. I'm myself very creative, I would say. So just start, unleash that. Forget about failures, right? Just get into it, explore it. I'm pretty sure you'll learn something.
Hello, ma'am. I have one question.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm doing a DSA in C++. So, should I change the language or continue with this C++?
Right. So
I want
to know.
Okay. I want to work on cloud-related works, like cloud architecture or some related works like that.
So you're talking about distributed systems, I would say, right?
No,
you want to get into
I'm asking about which language should I continue? Means I want to become cloud architecture.
Okay, so look, again, have you done the groundwork for cloud architect? Why are you doing C++? No, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. You're practicing DSA, which is very good. Like DSA is like, of course, that's the main source for anything that works, right?
Yes.
But have you done the research that what is going on? Why did you choose C++? So that I can guide you better. Why are you working on C++? What was the resource that you checked that, okay, I have to practice DSA on C++?
Actually, C++ I'm choosing because C++ have very small syntax. That's why I choose it.
Okay,
we can write
that's
long
fine.
lines of code in some lines.
That's fine. I'm just trying to tell you that. What college are you in, Weber?
I'm in International School of Business and Media. Actually, I have completed my graduation there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my gap year. So right now I'm doing internship and also working on my DSA skills.
Which is great. I honestly respect you a lot for taking that gap. And look, serious, it doesn't matter, right? DSA is something that you do not need a language for. It is just for problem solving. Again, I would say for all of these three verticals, right? For be it any development, be it backend, front end, whatever you want to put, any other development, you need to have problem solving. That is the main ingredient, or I would say the main skill, right? Even if you don't know how to code, I would say problem solving. You have to start building that mindset.
Thank you.
Without that, you cannot sustain in the market.